They bought a house.
They couldn't have the family that they longed for.
Hello.
Hello.
Lauren. Mark.
Yeah.
Hello, yes.
Can I come and see your house?
Come
Thank you
in.
very much.
First up, the Chock-a-Block Lounge.
Good grief. You got some really lovely things, but actually, so many things.
Yeah, we're magpies. So we see lovely things, we want to have lovely things, then we have nowhere to put lovely things.
Yeah, that's the trouble, because it's difficult to see your lovely things.
And I can't help but notice the elephant in the room.
May I pull back the veil?
Yeah, so that's Mark's mum's trick. She said if you've ever got stuff around and you don't want visitors to see it, pop a nice throw over it.
Let me try something for you. I'm here stood in the corner now.
Yeah.
Can you still tell that there's a big lumpy bloke stood in the corner? Because
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that actually does anything,
Are you
really.
saying we're self-delusional? I think you might be right.
Hang on, there's a bureau under here.
Lovely family heirloom.
Do you remember it when you could see it?
I remember when I could sit there. They're little toiletry presents for people that might go into things.
Do you just buy presents randomly and then find them and then decide who they're going to go to afterwards?
A little bit, yeah.
Buying gifts is a lovely thing, but a mountain of mess can seriously devalue a home by up to 10% when selling. If you can't see your furniture, it's a sign you've gone too far. By tackling mold before it erodes the value of your home.
I just saw that fall off, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
No, I think we're going to have to sort this out before we can do any further work.
Whilst across town, Lauren and Mark face up to the time and money lost after a lifetime of In Brighton, this two-bedroom terrace is overflowing with Mark and Lauren's collection of pretty things. After 13 years of fertility struggles saw them turn to possessions to fill the void of not having a family of their own. So we offered them a deal. Part with 50% of your clutter in just 2 days, and in return we'll deliver a life-changing makeover to hopefully increase the value of their biggest financial asset, while showing you how to transform your home without spending a fortune. To speed things up, I've moved them into rented accommodation and had the entire contents of their house removed, and the difference is unbelievable. But what will Lauren, Mark and goddaughter Holly think?
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
We've got such a big kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really big kitchen.
It's kind of incredible to see how big your kitchen is.
And there's also space to move upstairs in the bedroom.
This is remarkable. I mean, when was the last time we did that?
I can't remember the last time that we've been able to open it up.
These are huge cupboards as well.
Having a home they can use will be key to helping Lauren with her health and Mark with his anxiety. Luckily, our design legend Gordon is here. Equipped with 3 decades of expertise, he's got big plans to revolutionise this 2-bed, all on a bargain-busting budget.
Lauren and Mark have got a really lovely home, but it's slightly tarnished by the propensity to fill it. So the plan is we completely replace the existing kitchen with something very beautiful. I'll be adding a really lovely, cosy space so Lauren can sit and put her feet up, and that's under the stairs where Mark had his workspace, which is now handily moving into the little room beyond the kitchen. Because of Lauren's health issues, she has spent a lot of time in the bedroom, but it's not actually that relaxing because it's just overwhelmed by stuff. So in order to solve that, I'm going to kind of move it all around. And finally, we're going to tweak the sitting room, and hopefully all of these things combined will give Mark and Lauren a very beautiful home that they can be very proud of.
Breathing new life into this home doesn't need to cost the earth, so we'll show you a few cost-friendly tricks along the way that could boost the value of your home too. But it's a big job, and with just 48 hours to pull it off, it's all hands on deck.
This is worse than the M25.
The kitchen units are coming out, including that island. The utility room is being gutted, and work has started on the living room by refreshing the fireplace. Back at the house either, where decorator Andy has found a potentially pricey problem in the living room.
Well, that's not good, is it? Gordon!
I just saw that fall off, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, is it?
No, I think we're going to have to sort this out before we can do any further work.
It's said condensation damp affects 1 in 5 households in the UK, and if untreated can lead to mould.
Well, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? In fairness, they wouldn't even known about this, and actually, I think they had so much stuff piled into the corner.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That this all needs to breathe. You know, houses need to breathe. You've got to open a window, you've got to get stuff away from the wall because you get this.
A bad case of mould can seriously devalue a house by as much as 50%. The team at their Brighton home are now storming ahead. In the bedroom, new shelving has gone up, but you don't have to spend a fortune on new units when you can make your own. A few bits of MDF for 70 quid provides a low-cost storage trick and gives Mark and Holly the perfect space to store their bedtime books. In the lounge, the fireplace is being fixed up, and downstairs in the kitchen, they've started tiling. These pastel blue hexagon tiles create a trendy splashback with a timeless style.
Are you going to put in a kitchen that's sort of got vintage style in it? Because they're very vintage in their collection.
I'm kind of in between the two. Because Lauren and Mark collect really interesting things, I think the best we can do for them is give them a really lovely backdrop for all those things to pop off.
Okay.
So we're going to keep it really pale, so probably white, with white walls. You know, it's kind of the white cube gallery approach, you know, so every little colour, it'll just zing in that room. But generally speaking, quite contemporary.
The pressure is really on, and I'm not sure they're going to make it without a drastic intervention. So I'm calling in the cavalry in the form of close friends Claire, Leslie, and Holly's mum, Nicola.
They need to be ruthless. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and they've got to take it.
Let's hope they can give Lauren and Mark a much-needed boost.
Hiya.
All right, how you doing?
Oh my God!
Anybody want a hug?
Yeah?
Yes!
Oh, so good to see you.
I'll have my daughter as well.
Holly, how pleased are you to see the cavalry arrive?
Yeah, the maybe piles are starting to worry me.
I'd like to hit that maybe pile immediately. There shouldn't be a maybe pile, right?
No, there shouldn't be a maybe
Because,
pile.
like,
Yeah, no,
that's
there shouldn't.
crazy.
These are the people that you want to spend time with, and because of the things, you're not making new memories now with these people.
Chuck it all.
Chuck it all.
I'll leave you to work out what teams you're going to work on and where. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Whilst the team of helpers gets massive makeover, with the kitchen and utility rooms receiving a complete restructure. In the living room, the damp has been treated, and in the bedroom, we're turning the false wall and shelving into a dramatic headboard.
Here we go, look, here's where the magic happens. So you're just looking to match up the leaves there and the pattern.
We've actually made this a spectator sport.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is Olympian.
One of the big trends of 2022, wallpaper is back on the nation's design shopping list. It's also a cheap way of covering a multitude of blemishes in tired old walls. Creating a feature out of wallpaper doesn't cost the earth either. A 10-metre roll starts from £10. There's tons of online tutorials to do it yourself, and you can pick up a wallpaper hanging kit with all the tools you need for less than 20 quid.
When you set out a feature wall, you need to find the centre, which helps you work the pattern out. So you've got the same kind of pattern this side and that side.
It's actually that attention to detail
Yeah.
that means that you don't end up with a slightly skew-width looking pattern and the headboard looking right.
The choice of headboard is an important feature in creating the look and feel of a bedroom. Back at the couple's Brighton home, the makeover is really starting to take shape. For the kitchen, they've been upcycling some of the couple's old furniture. This 50s style sideboard uncovered in the living room has been given a new lease of life with a lick of paint for 20 quid, saving the best part of £300 on buying a new one. I'm here to see what Gordon's been up to.
Oh, there's a few things to talk about in here, isn't there? You said about you were going to put these retro 50s tilted forward kind of cabinets.
So I think there was one on that wall, maybe the one on the wall behind me. So we put them together on the same wall with those shelves behind it because we're trying to give them a backdrop for all their beautiful things. That kind of powdery blue, it's a really good background colour for the vintage look. Can you see Lauren and Mark here? That's.
Oh, yeah, but more importantly than that, I can see the friends that have turned up to help them at the Tithe Barn and other friends coming and spending the evening, them cooking, having a full life here, which they closed off.
With the focus of the kitchen now a space for cooking and entertaining, Gordon's plan is to turn the old pantry into a dedicated workspace for engineer Mark. Down at the couple's home, the pressure is on. There's just a few hours to go and lots still to do. The appliances are in, but not fitted, and everywhere is getting a final touch of paint. Whilst in Mark's new office, the floor is going down. Converting a wasted storage space is a surefire way of increasing the value of your home. To keep conversion costs low, use sheets of what's called OSB at £7 to £13 a square metre on your ceiling and floors, and leave unpainted if you're a fan of the real rustic look. Paint the walls white for 20 quid to create an illusion of space, and utilise an old worktop for a desk. All you need is some support legs that cost as little as £8 each online. With so much of the house being made over, it's going to be a late night here for the team. Lauren, Mark and Holly return home after their big clear out. But what will they make of their brand new home?
That's incredible. I'm speechless.
And will all the changes increase the value of their home?
Wow. Look how lovely that is.
I'm speechless again. Oh, that's so lovely.
A Japanese-inspired bedroom creates the perfect calming sanctuary for Mark and Lauren to relax in.
Is this a place where you can get a proper night's sleep, where you won't have panic attacks?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I'm speechless. You know, I don't have to have a wall floor to ceiling that is possibly going to tumble on me at night.
Or fight to get out
the door.
And I love that colour. I love that colour. It's sort of that Brighton colour. You know, like the pier. These sort of colours, this is it.
That's not an accident. Actually, Gordon took the colour from the Brighton pier because he thought it was appropriate and wanted to give the seasidey look without going to, you know, fishing
Anchors.
nets and anchors.
Yeah. Oh, again, genius.
The colour palette adds a feeling of harmony, as does our wallpapered stud wall that acts as a headboard with hidden storage.
With all your health issues, do you think this will help?
Yeah, I do genuinely think it will help my mental health hugely, but I think it is going to help my physical health as well. Physically, sometimes my legs go a bit wonky. You know, getting round things was an issue. There's no need to shuffle.
I don't have to squeeze around stuff.
The only time I've been happier than this was on our wedding day.
Oh,
Mate,
yeah, I felt
on
that.
a few occasions.
But thankfully, Mark and Lauren stayed the course, and it's paid off in more ways than one.
So we originally told you that the house was valued at £475,000, remember? We've actually had this revalued since we finished. And the new valuation is £550,000.
No, that can't be right.
Amazing.
But we need a toast, so what are we toasting to what?
To people, not things.
Oh, yeah, I like
People,
that.
not things.
Cheers.
Cheers.